Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video on our tree beds. This is where I'm going to be putting a lot of our cuttings. I'm a little bit out of breath because I've been working to get all this together. Been saving rabbit poop. As you can see right here is where we had our little winter garden, and my wife wanted to plant that. We got it a little too late. We had some really cold weather and the plants were just kind of stunted, and then we had that freeze and they died. So should have got started on it sooner, but it's still a really good method to get started quick because we didn't have anything else grow in and around it until you know, the plants were already up pretty big, and then we had a little bit of greenery showing, but most of it was just like algae moss. And here I've added a ton of rabbit manure. Here in these barrels, I'm gonna be saving rabbit manure from now on. This is where I'm gonna be putting them instead of in the IBC tote. And I'm gonna fill these up and I'm gonna turn these into like worm bins. And got some leaves here. I'm gonna be putting the leaves on top of all the rabbit poop. And then I'll be sticking the cuttings, do 12-inch cuttings, and I'm gonna be sticking them into the ground. Put them in anywhere from around 6 maybe to 8 inches. Leave 4 to 6 inches above ground, just because I'm gonna leave these leaves unshredded. Now if you're wanting to make like leaf mold, which is basically you just shred leaves up, put them in a pile, and it gets fungally dominated, and it's just this really nice black rich amendment for your gardens. But here I'm wanting to leave the leaves whole, just because I'm wanting them to be nice and fluffed up, so that way it's going to discourage anything else from growing, and the only thing that'll be sticking above the leaves are the tops of the cuttings that I put in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'll come back when I've got all the leaves on top of the little bed here. All right, so I went and got a tarp just because there was going to be too many leaves to use the wheelbarrow, and got half of it done here, and I'm gonna dump this half on. I think that'll get it. Well, it's got that done. As you can see, we already had a little visitor come up here and try to start scraping away the leaves. So what I'm gonna have to do around this, I'm gonna have to put up some kind of little fence, just because, for one, I don't want this to be disturbed. Our little hen that we've got, unfortunately, since they are free range, we did have our other hen. She got probably by that same old dog that's been coming around, and we're gonna have to do something about that dog, and you know, or either, I guess, have to keep our animals inside the shelter, which is crazy, you know. Or it's not like our chicken went into somebody else's yard or out on the road, which I think it might be a stray dog. I don't think it's any of the neighbors. So anyway, got this covered up. We're gonna have to keep it away from our little hen here. I'm gonna put up a fence around it. It doesn't have to be anything special. It can be something that's just a couple of feet high, and that'll a lot of times deter them, because there's so many other things that are easier to get to. Anyway, this here is about maybe, I'd say, 3 inches of leaves on top of this, and this is just to discourage the growth of weeds in the first part of the growing season. Because when I come in here and I stick those willows in, they'll in just a couple of months be, you know, 3-4 foot high, if not taller. I'm expecting more than likely for them to, at, you know, 3 months, to be 6 foot tall. So in like those first few weeks, you'll have shoots that are already up, you know, about 1 foot. And that'll, you know, keep them from having any competition. They'll have all their leaves up above anything else that would be growing in here. Something else that I might do, just because they are nitrogen fixers, is I may plant some English peas around this bed, just to give a little bit of extra nitrogen fixation into the soil, and also to have something to feed my rabbits. So and they can trellis up the hybrid willows. The hybrid willows will even outgrow the English peas, which is, you know, the sugar snap peas, which is crazy just how fast they grow. But anyway, this bed should hold about 350 cuttings, I'm gonna put them on 6-inch centers. And the reason I'm gonna plant them so close is, for one, they can be planted that close and grow a season or 2 or 3. They'll grow really straight and get tall. I can get a ton of cuttings off of them and then sell the root stock as a willow tree, which will be basically just a coppiced first year willow, you know, with a really good root system. And then the other reason is because I'm not gonna have to get in here and weed or water or anything. If I do have to water, I can slosh a 5-gallon bucket all the way to the end of that. I won't have to get inside the bed. So we want to take advantage of every square inch that I have in this bed. That's the other reason I'm gonna plant them. I won't have to get inside this bed once the willows get going. So I'll start there on the back, plant a row, come back, plant another row, another row, another row, another row, all the way to the end here. And I may actually intermingle willow and hybrid poplar. Not sure yet on that one, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you've got anything to add or questions, leave it down in the comment section. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I drop a video like this mostly every day. I mentioned in another one of my videos, if you've made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you watching the whole thing. If you've got any suggestions on things that you would like me to cover, things you would like for me to cover, or any updates you'd like from any of our animal systems or any of the plants I've been growing, drop that down in the comments as well. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.